So I recently created a system that I started using myself so that I can use the technology that's available to me to share with anyone who needs to do the work that I'm doing. So if I have this process that I have to go through every day and I want to turn that over to somebody else, this is now how I create those processes. And this will work whether you own a shoe store and you're trying to teach somebody how to use the cash register. This will work if you're trying to get somebody to do your banking for you or how you want your social media posts done, all of that. You just take everything that you do and put it into this system, and you should be able to give a presentable document or documents to the person that you want to do the work for you. All right. So the first thing you do is what I'm doing here. You record a video explaining the process, like explaining it as you would go through it, or even better yet, if you have the opportunity to actually complete the process, do the process, if you have to share your screen or whatever, but record a video doing that. So I use my phone or I use Wondershare Filmora. Sometimes like this one, I'm just doing a Zoom meeting to do this. So that is step one. Number two, you transcribe the video. And I use Descript, descript.com, I think, to transcribe my video, but I transcribe it and then I copy that transcription into ChatGPT. So this is step three. I copy the transition into ChatGPT with the following prompts. The first one is turn this transcription into a document teaching the process that I'm describing in the video. And then I take that document and I say, turn this transcription into a list of numbered steps. So now I've got three documents. I've got the video, I've got the transcription of the video that is molded by ChatGPT into a document teaching this process. And then number three, I've got a bulleted or numbered list in the end that is going to lay out the process. And then you give the employee or contractor all three of those. So this is step four. You give the contractor or employee all of the following: the video, the document, and the numbered list. And then number five, when they ask you or don't understand, when they ask questions or don't understand what you're saying, then add to the documentation and start over until you have something that is entirely understandable. So anytime a question comes up, instead of answering that question 1,000 times over the next 3 years, you just answer it once in your video. And then you can keep updating the video, keep updating the documentation. That seems like a large task, but updating that documentation will actually save you a lot of time in the long run. And then, of course, once you have it in place, you never have to do it again, especially when you take this process and turn this process over to somebody else so that you can say, hey, change the system for that so that we add this to it. So hopefully that was clear. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out on Facebook or matt@secondmix.net. All right, so this is me. I just dropped this, that first video that you just watched, I called it Initial System, and I dropped it into Descript. Descript is transcribing it, so we'll get back to that when it's done. I just come over here to copy everything that I said. I can look up here in Descript, 604 words, so I know I'm good. ChatGPT, sometimes around 2,000 words, it cuts off and you have to do it in chunks, but so you can keep that in mind if you're using ChatGPT, but this I'm safe at 604 words for my initial video, and then I go over to ChatGPT and I say, this is a video transcription of process. Please turn this into a document teaching the process. And then I paste in my transcription from Descript. I am going to hit send a message. All right, so this is what we have. Now I've got some down here. This is neat, but we don't need it. I've got some special custom instructions for ChatGPT. That's why it's talking to me. Turn the above into a numbered outline of the system. All right, and in the end, I turn each one of these into a separate document. One is turning the process into a system. Now, this wasn't that detailed a system, so it doesn't look, I mean, it looks like essentially the same thing above and below. But when there's 100 steps in a process, like if I were teaching somebody how I wanted my videos edited, then there's many, many, many steps. And as I describe it, it will turn into, point 1 and A, B, C, and D, point 2, A, B, C, D, and E, and so on and so forth. So right now, this doesn't look a lot different because what I was teaching in this particular video was so simple. But in the end, you're going to end up with this, which is like one document, so someone can read what you said on the video. And this is the second document, which is a step-by-step bulleted checklist, if you will, to get through the process. And so these, along with the video, are actually going to be able to help anyone, no matter how they learn best and how they do things best. You're giving them 3 tools that they can choose from to get the job done.